Upon completion of the cycle, the pump plunger returns upward, drawing new fuel in through the poppet valve to refill the cylinder. Another interesting feature of the EMDEC system is its ability to monitor the electronic performance of the injector. As the control signal is sent from the ECM to the injector, the ECM watches the voltage and current characteristics of the circuit. When the armature and poppet close, these characteristics change. The ECM records the response time of the control portion and can provide the service technician with this data. Typically, the response time of an injector should be between 1.3 and 1.5 milliseconds. A wide variation in response times between injectors could indicate a problem with the injector or with the wiring harness. EMDEC has the ability to output several types of information, either directly from the ECMs when using diagnostic equipment, or through the interface panel. Fault data typically is sent out two different paths. First, through the interface module to the annunciator panel, and second, through the interface module and a serial link to the locomotive control system. The control system will receive notification of engine shutdowns, similar to the signal for a governor shutdown. Engine performance information is relayed to the control system through the interface module and the serial link. This function takes the place of the governor and load regulator and is a signal called engine ratio. Engine ratio is simply an expression in percentage of how much fuel the engine is consuming compared to the total amount of fuel available at that engine speed. EMDEC software contains a fuel map for each throttle position. For example, the map for throttle 8 might look like this. The injection system is allowed to use a pulse width anywhere between 0 degrees and 23 degrees. Remember, the wider the pulse width, the more fuel that enters the combustion chamber because of the longer injection period. EMDEC simply converts the pulse width to a percentage and sends that number to the EM2000. The EM2000 looks at the engine ratio, and if the signal remains below 87%, will consider the engine healthy and capable of making rated horsepower. The excitation or load level on the generator will be governed accordingly. If a problem develops on the engine or the load becomes too heavy, EMDEC will increase the pulse width to maintain engine speed. As the pulse width increases, the engine ratio signal also increases. When the signal reaches 87%, the EM2000 will reduce excitation or load on the generator as far as necessary to prevent EMDEC from exceeding the 87% figure. The EM2000 and EMDEC will work together to balance load and fuel consumption. The engine ratio signal is an excellent indication of engine performance for diagnostic purposes. Let's end our introduction with a quick demonstration of some of the types of information that can be accessed through EMDEC using one of our diagnostic tools, the PC reader. On the main display screen are several different areas. A section containing information about the ECMs. A section containing real-time engine parameter information, injector response times, and current fault data. The ECM data section will tell us the software version in the ECMs and the software part number. In the engine parameter section, we can see information such as various engine temperatures and pressures, system voltages, injector pulse widths, the point at which the ECMs are beginning injection, and our engine ratio signal, which is a good indication of engine condition. Note that all injector response times are shown in this section. Again, any wide variation in times could indicate problems with the system. A summary of fault data is shown in the lower right-hand box. Active faults will be shown in flashing black type. Inactive faults will appear in white type. The function keys arranged across the bottom will allow us to access more advanced features, such as modifying the types of information shown on the screen, performing injector diagnostic checks and adjustments, more in-depth fault data, and downloading new software to the ECMs. A complete set of instructions for using the PC Reader program and other troubleshooting tools can be found in the troubleshooting video, the EMDEC student text, and the engine maintenance manual. We hope you have enjoyed this introduction to EMDEC and will find this information valuable. This video has been produced by the Service Training Center of Electromotive Division, LaGrange, Illinois, as part of a series on the EMDEC fuel injection system.